Failed former President Donald Trump indicted. 34 counts reportedly. Donald Trump expected to be in New York City in court on Tuesday to be booked, mugshotted, fingerprinted, arraigned, and subsequently released. Donald Trump has absolutely lost his mind, posting the entire night to Truth Social. We will look at that. Many of you agree with me that Trump will not see the inside of a prison cell for even one day. But that being said, this shows that no one is above the law. So many people saying this is unprecedented and this is not justice. No. If Trump was above the law, that would not be justice. And he will get his day in court. He is innocent until proven guilty. And I believe that this first indictment out of New York City may be the first of many, with prosecutors waiting to see, will someone be the first to indict a former president? The Associated Press reports Donald Trump indicted, expected to surrender early next week. The exact nature of the charges is unclear as of Friday, because the indictment remains under seal, but they stem from payments made during the 2016 campaign to silence the claims of an extramarital sexual encounter, of course, with Stormy Daniels. Trump has assailed the entire thing, says it's all bogus and nonsense. This is historic in every single way. Donald Trump wildly posting to Truth Social all night. I'm scrolling it for people to see. Multiple times per hour, 3 hours ago, and then going to eventually a lot of posts 3 hours ago, then eventually getting to 7 hours ago, which would have put it at 3:30 in the morning, and 9 hours ago, 1:30, just posting. I'm going to stop scrolling because people are going to get dizzy. Donald Trump initially reacting to the indictment with a misspelled post in which he says he has been indicated. Not only is this the first time that a former president has been indicated by a grand jury, this is the first time a grand jury has indicated any president. And of course, it is beyond parody that even this Trump can't string together a reasonable statement about Trump posting to Troth, quote, and by the way, there's capital letters all over this thing. I'm not even going to mention each time Trump randomly capitalizes. These thugs and radical left monsters have just indicated the 45th president of the United States of America and the leading Republican candidate by far for the 2024 nomination for president. Here he engages caps lock and says this is an attack on our country, the likes of which has never been seen before. Remember, Trump was a one-man crime spree as president, the likes of which the country has never seen before. Trump continuing in all capital letters. It is likewise a continuing attack on our once free and fair elections. No, it's not. The USA is now a third world nation, a nation in serious decline. So sad. Then Trump putting out a more formal statement, which was no less unhinged. I won't read the entire thing. I'm not going to subject you to that. But in the first paragraph, of course, he calls the prosecution a political persecution as well as election interference. He includes the term witch hunt and many other things. In the second paragraph, he says wrongly that Democrats cheated and have stolen. Of course, it was Trump who tried to steal the 2020 election. In the third paragraph, he says this has never been done in nation's history. That's true. But remember, there has never been a one-man crime spree like Trump in the Oval Office in American history. There has never been a president who surrounded himself with so many reliably crooked people. Then he attacks Alvin Bragg, linking him to George Soros. And lastly, he says this will backfire on Joe Biden. Of course, Joe Biden has nothing to do with it. Tuesday, booking and arraignment expected. You know, on Tuesday, big, strong guy with tears in his eyes might go up to Trump and say, "Sir, I'll be taking your mugshot now. Please don't do anything stupid." This shows no one is above the law. That is justice. Although Trump will not serve a day of prison time, the hope is that this is only the beginning. One of our continued sponsors is Ground News, an app and website that aggregates local and international news sources to show you how breaking news is being reported around the world. It has become a go-to resource for me. Right now, I'm looking at a story about residents in Ohio reporting medical symptoms after the train derailment. Ground News shows the headline from the Washington Post, owned by Jeff Bezos, says East Palestine residents should look to Agent Orange victims. The headline from the Epoch Times, a radical right-wing outlet, says federal officials enter 500 East Palestine homes after toxic train crash. I also like that you can sort things by factuality, location, and bias. Check out Ground News for free at ground.news/Pacman. If you find Ground News as useful as I do, subscribe for unlimited access. The link is down below.